I'm back with some beautiful cards using the Spellbinders March 2022 card of the kit month. I'm creating some beautiful modern cards both with florals and with some geometric designs. So let's get started. I'm Verity and welcome to my YouTube channel and blog Pretty Little Button, where I make paper crafting tutorials for the everyday crafter. So if you missed my previous video where I took a really in-depth look at the card kit, what comes in the box, and created a really quick easy baby card, then just check out the link up in the corner and you'll be able to see that video. Today I'm going to be creating some more cards using the kit, and I'm using some of the die cut shapes that come in the kit. Now there are so many die cut shapes in there, so many different types, and I'm going to be focusing on some of the florals and some of the heart geometric style shapes. So I was playing about with some of the florals and I was just having a look at what I could do with them, and I think you could also create a wreath with them, and as you can see I've been playing about with the position of them. But for today's cards I decided to go with a different take on them, and I wanted to add in some of that beautiful pattern paper that comes in the pack. So I'm using a piece of the pattern paper from the pattern paper pack that comes in the card kit. I have selected the very fine checkered background that's sort of black. It's not perfect, it's kind of a bit rustic, and I've trimmed this down so it doesn't completely cover the full card panel because I want some white to add a bit of interest behind the flowers. I've then foam mounted this on, and I'm using some of the flower shaped die cuts that come in the pack to embellish over the pattern paper. And I'm using the watercolour floral ones. So these are great if you love the look of watercolour florals but you really struggle with actually creating them. These die cut shapes do that for you, and it's so easy and simple. And I wanted to create like a floral that was bursting over the top of this paper, and it's bursting with flowers. And then I'm using some of the sketchy leaves to embellish down the bottom, just to draw the eye down the pattern paper as well, so it sort of links it all together. Now I'm using a sentiment from the sort of die cuts. They've got like a puffy die cut chipboard embellishments, and I'm using one of those sentiments there just to embellish over the top. To make sure that I keep it in place, I've just got a T-ruler to ensure that I position it straight. Now I finished the card off with just a few clear Morning Dew Nuvo drops just to embellish around the card, and that was that card finished. Now this other card is very similar, so I'm not going into too much of the details of how I created it. But again, I used a bit of pattern paper. Now I started off with the checkerboard pattern again to begin with, which I really liked, but I wanted to try and stretch myself and use some of the other paper within the pack as well. So I do switch it up, but I'm not using as much of this paper this time. I want a lot of that white space still to be present so that it's not completely just the pattern paper. Again, I've foam mounted it, and I have switched, as you can see, to this more sort of dotted background paper. It's got little flecks of gold in there, metallic gold in there, which is beautiful. So I decided to add in the gold leaves that come in the die cut toppers, die cut shapes. That just really pairs the florals with that pattern paper pack really well. And again, adding it so that the florals are sort of bursting over the pattern paper. Again, I used another sentiment from the sort of chipboard stickers, and I just added a bit of white card to the back to add a double banner to it. I really wanted just to bring it out from the back a little bit more. I added some foam pads just to raise it up to go with the dimension of the florals that I put on there. And again, use my T-ruler to align that up. Finished it off with a few Morning Dew Nuvo drops, again, just to embellish it, as though they're sort of, there's like a dewy look around the flowers. So in comparison, I'm also going to use some of the pattern paper pack to create a bit more of a modern geometric style with some of the heart embellishments. And there's this beautiful chipboard heart that comes from the sticker pack. And I really loved how it looked with the die cut shape, the heart die cut shape. Now this was already die cut. I didn't die cut this out of any of the pattern paper. It was already there. And then I'm using it with that dotted dashed background paper pack as well. And I just thought this really looked beautiful together. I wanted to overlap all the hearts to make it look sort of cohesive. And then I found there was this arrow that I really liked the look of, and I thought, why not cut the arrow in half and put it as though it's going through that big heart, as though like the Cupid shot his arrow. I'm using some more hearts from the die cut shapes, but also from the foam glitter shapes that you got on a sheet. So these have sentiments as well, but it also got gold glitter hearts that all really tie in beautifully and creates this lovely sweet love card. For the last one I kept it really simple, and there's this beautiful chipboard sticker frame that I added onto some pattern paper and just trimmed around so you didn't have any excess, to create sort of almost like a picture frame to add a sentiment on. And again, these are mainly the chipboard stickers and some of the die cut shapes. And it's so quick and easy to make. I put it on a bit of a slant just to give it a bit of a fun, quirky, modern feel. And it's just so effortless and easy to create with the paper pack and the chipboard stickers for some really beautiful modern style cards. And again, I finished this one off by just adding a few white Nuvo drops. So if you haven't had a chance to get the card kit yet, is this something you like the look of? They have some beautiful cards, and if you want some more inspiration, just check out my blog. I've got plenty of cards there to inspire you to use this kit. If you're new to my channel, why not think about subscribing? You can hit that bell icon to be notified when my next video is up. Until next time, happy crafting!